Hi, I'm Jonathan Roberts. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can edit and sync up video from multiple cameras and from phone or tablet screens to use in putting together online videos for your students. For this example, I am using 3 cameras. I'm using my video camera that you're looking at me at right now. Overhead, I have a webcam that looks at the keyboard, and along the side here, I have my phone, and I also am recording my iPad screen. If you're an iPad user or an iPhone user and you're not familiar with how to do a screen recording, it's actually quite easy. All you have to do is tap the top right and drag down, and it gives you these options, and that very bottom one on the left, that's the record option. So all you have to do is tap that, and you are recording everything that is on your screen. So the first thing that you need to do is get something on everything that's recording that'll allow you to sync it up later. Now, if you're only using video, then you'd be able to just clap a few times and be able to line that up. But when you're screen recording with an iPad, it does not record sound. So I've come up with a workaround that works for me. I hope you enjoy it and find it entertaining. So I'm using the app Fourscore, which I also use for annotating things in videos and stuff like that. And I'm going to set it to the largest, most obnoxious color / marking that I can come up with. And you'll see why this comes in handy later when we're editing through the video to line everything up. So just as a start, I'm going to do 3 or 4 really, really loud claps. And when I'm editing later, I'll be able to line those up. And then here on my iPad, I'm going to do 3 or 4 really as loud as I can, because if I can pick up the sound, that'd be even better, marking so that I can line up the screen. Because again, the iPad will not record sound, so this is my best workaround. Okay, so now I have some landmarks for when I'm going in to edit the video to line everything up. But since this is a tutorial on how to make a video on how to make a video, that's kind of like an existential crisis, right? I'm going to put together a fake lesson for you right now. So once all your cameras are going, when you have your landmarks set up, you can get into character. If you're like me, it takes you about 5 or 6 takes just to get started. Hi, I'm Jonathan Roberts. This is going to be a really cool video. I'm going to show you all kinds of stuff. I'm going to play things on the piano that you'll be able to see from my overhead camera. I'll show you some technique-y things you'll be able to see on my side camera. And I'm going to do really cool things on my iPad. I'm going to be able to zoom in. Whoops, not like that. I'm going to be able to zoom in. I'm going to be able to mark stuff that I want to demonstrate for my students in the video. And it's going to be super, super, super cool. Thank you so much. My name is Jonathan Roberts. Please hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. And cut. And that's the end of my video. I have everything that I need. So next, I'm going to go into ScreenFlow and show you how to edit all of this together. And here we are in ScreenFlow. I would normally do a screen recording, but my computer couldn't seem to quite handle being able to do a screen recording and handling so much video at once. So I'm filming this with my normal video camera, just videoing my computer screen. So hopefully you're still able to see it well enough to get a lot out of this, and I can sort of zoom in some places that might not be super clear. But you can see here on the right-hand side, I've imported all 4 of the video files that I took earlier. And you can do this with any video editor. I'm doing this with ScreenFlow, but there are a ton of them out there. And some of them are super cool in that they can actually analyze the audio of different videos and match up the videos based on the sound. Premiere Pro by Adobe is one of them that comes to mind immediately. ScreenFlow, unfortunately, does not do that, but this is a workaround. This is basically the same concept, just doing it manually. So I'm going to bring the videos in the order that I took them. So I'm going to start by bringing in, actually no, that's not the video I wanted. I'm going to bring in the video from my regular video camera. I'm going to bring that to the beginning of the timeline. And once it loads, these little green hills and valleys, that's a representation of the audio that we see right in here. And the first thing I'm going to do is scroll through and see if I can find those 4 claps, and it seems that I found them right here, these sort of green spikes. That's, if you recall, that's where I clapped 4 times in order to help me line up the video now. So I'm going to cut off everything that came before that. And I'm going to drag this video to the beginning of the timeline. And while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and resize the canvas to 1080. That's a standard size that fits the full screen if I wanted to upload this to YouTube. And for now, you can rearrange the individual videos however you want, but for now I'm just going to do them in these sort of quadrants so I can keep track of them. So I've got my first video in. The second video recording that I hit the start button on was the cell phone camera, so I'm going to pull that in next. And same thing, once it loads the sound in, I'm going to scroll forward and see if I can find those 4 claps. Ah, here they are right here. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to cut off everything that happened before that because I don't need it. And I don't even really need a lot of the stuff that came after it. This is purely just to line up the videos. So I'm going to pull this back to the beginning. And then I'm going to zoom in really close to try to line up the claps. And I'm going to go ahead and rearrange this video really quick so that they're separated. And let's see, I think I'm pretty close, but let's find out. And again, this happens sometimes. You get the beach ball when you're working with a lot of video at once as the system catches up. Let's try that again. It's a little bit off. I want to zoom in a little bit more and see if I can get a little closer. I think the second one might be a touch behind. I want to bump that a little earlier. All right, that's pretty good. And when I'm editing later, I'll be able to line those up. And a good sign that you're doing that right is if you can't really tell that there are 2 microphones picking up the sound. So even if I wasn't sure about the claps, I just let it go into the speaking portions, and that seems lined up pretty well. So I'm going to just leave that alone. And now I'm going to bring in the third camera. So this is the overhead webcam. And before I even bring it anywhere close to the other files, I'm going to scan and see if I can find those 4 claps. Let's see, it's kind of like playing Where's Waldo. I don't think this was it. Nope. This looks promising. Here we go. Okay, so again, I'm going to cut everything before this. And then I'm going to back this on up and see if I can line this up with everything else. I'm going to bring this video down here to the lower left, just for now. And let's try it about right here. Pretty close, but I think I'm going to line that up. And that lag, it's generally not something to be too concerned about. It can make editing a little tricky depending on how powerful your system is. But once you export this, all of the video will be smooth. When in doubt, you can just go by the sound. That usually stays right on track. Claps. And when I'm editing later, I'll be... Okay, I feel pretty good about that. And then the last thing that's going to be added is the iPad screen recording. But first, what I'm going to do, since I have all the audio that's going to be coming in here, I'm going to detach the audio from these other clips and then just do a delete, and that gets rid of the audio that was there. Because the only audio I want to keep is this one that has my lavalier mic connected. I may have forgotten to mention that earlier. My computer was running the overhead webcam, and it was also running my lavalier microphone for spoken stuff. So now I'm going to do detach audio for the other clip. Bring these back where they were, and let's see how that looks. And when I'm editing later, I'll be able to line those up. And then here. Okay, now final step is to get this iPad recording in. And first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it all the way to the end of the timeline, just so I can work with it by itself before I get it in with these other videos. And I want to see if I can find where I made, if you recall, I said I was going to make a big marking on it to line up the videos. And here we go. So this was sort of my indicator I used for the iPad to be able to line it up with the other audio. So now, actually before I bring it back, I want to go back to the beginning and find the place where I actually made those markings in the other videos. And when I'm editing later, I'll be able to line those up. And then here on my iPad, I'm going to do 3 or 4 really, as loud as I can, because if I can pick up the sound, that'd be even better, markings so that I can line up the screen. Because again, the iPad will not record sound, so this is my best workaround. Okay, so it looks like this is where I made the first mark, and I did that nice and loud so that I could get that little bit of audio. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually make a little marker here, which I can do by doing just a right click, add marker, and I'm just going to say iPad stylus mark. Doesn't really matter what I name it, it's just so I can find this place very easy when I come back, if I don't move it by accident. Okay. All right, now I'm going to swing over to the iPad recording that I left at the end. There we go. I'm going to bring it all the way back to this marker that I just made and see if I can line that up. All right, so again, that little orange thing, that's my marker. And I'm going to position this iPad recording somewhere where I can see it. Here, we'll just put it here. And again, the videos can be arranged. You don't have to use all the videos at all times. You can switch between them, which would actually relieve a fair bit of the processor. And let's see if we can line up that mark. I need to get a more powerful computer. This is my best workaround. Actually, let's try this. I'm going to mute and get rid of these other videos, and let's see if that makes it a little easier to put these together. iPad will not record sound, so this is my best workaround. Okay, well that definitely helped, just getting rid of those. So if you're a ScreenFlow user, over here on the left-hand side, you can, if you click the little eye symbol, that'll get rid of the visual, and if you click the little megaphone symbol, that'll get rid of the sound. So if you're if for any reason you're trying to play 4 videos at once and your system can't quite handle it to be able to play it in real time, like you're seeing me kind of struggle with today, you can just kind of get rid of those if you're just working with a couple of videos at a time. And again, once you export, everything is going to look fine. This is just purely while it's in the computer. So now let's see if we can line those up. All right, move this a little earlier. Work around. Okay, so now I have some landmarks for when I'm... Okay, I think we've got it. So now all 4 videos are lined up. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave them here. Actually, yeah, I'll just leave them here for these purposes. And then the next step would be to just cut the beginning of all of the videos before your actual video, and then cut off the end. So you're cutting off all of the beginnings before the beginning of your tutorial, and you're cutting off everything at the end. So again, even though this video is not quite cooperating just because of the processor, if I just find the beginning of my little mock video that I made. Fake lesson for you right now. So once all your cameras are going, when you have your landmark set up, you can fast forward past that. And it may take some searching. Just to get started. Hi, I'm Jonathan Roberts. Okay, that looks like the right spot. So I'm going to put it about right. And this is called scrubbing, by the way, when you just grab your playhead and drag it back and forth to find particular spots. So it looks like this is going to be the beginning of my video. So I'm going to highlight all 4 of these using the Shift key. And I'm going to press the T button. And this will be different with every editor. So that cuts everything right there. I'm just going to hit delete. So now I have the beginning of my video for all 4 videos. I will drag that to the beginning of the the beginning of the timeline. And now I'm going to find the end. Let's see if that's the end. Oh, the dreaded beach ball. Okay. Video. Okay, that sounds like the end. Just hit that subscribe button. And that's the end of my video. I have everything that I keep it peaceful. Almost there, folks. Thanks for hanging in. Using the video, and it's going to be super, super, super cool. Thank you so much. My name is Jonathan Roberts. Please hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, that sounds like the end. So it's not even really a workaround. Again, I just grabbed this timeline and scrubbed slowly so I could hear the audio, because again, I've probably repeated it about 8 times now. The system just can't seem to handle all of that quite at once for me to get an accurate place to cut. So I'm going to press the T button to slice all of those. And it's pretty unlikely that in your videos you're going to have 4 simultaneous videos going. This is just an example if you're using 4 videos, but most of the time you'll probably be using 2 or 3, which ScreenFlow can generally handle much easier. So now I have my video, the beginning and the end snipped off and everything lined up. Now I'm going to hit export and we'll watch the final product. And here we are. The video has exported to my desktop. Let's see what it looks like. Hi, I'm Jonathan Roberts. This is going to be a really cool video. I'm going to show you all kinds of stuff. I'm going to play things on the piano that you'll be able to see from my overhead camera. I'll show you some technique-y things you'll be able to see on my side camera. And I'm going to do really cool things on my iPad. I'm going to be able to zoom in. Whoops, not like that. I'm going to be able to zoom in. I'm going to be able to mark stuff that I want to demonstrate for my students in the video. And it's going to be super, super, super cool. Thank you so much. My name is Jonathan Roberts. Please hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, I think that turned out pretty good. So again, you can do this in just about any video editor using the same technique to be able to put together a video using multiple camera angles and even tablet and phone screens to put together online tutorials for your students. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do hit the subscribe button. We are here for you. If there's anything that you're struggling with online teaching, anything that you could really use a decently well done how-to video for, please drop it in the comments and we are on it. My name is Jonathan Roberts. Thank you very much.